I think he would like to keep the Shadow Wave as long as possible. They can actually heal bomb with the Spiderlings right now. It's a really, really powerful play that comes out of nowhere. Like, you find the Naga in the jungle, you find someone with the Spiderlings, and you just deal 500, 600 burst physical damage with that. He already there, just putting so much pressure on QO. How often do you see a Rubik support zoning away a Quab?
Not very often, but when it's FY and he does it again, he might even get the kill! He still scream! FY! Unbelievable! That was quick. That was efficient.
Let him do that.
And KP's down for the count as well. The coverage of Spiderlings here from VG Gaming. Difficult to keep up, but they can just keep the momentum going. Febby, you might Shadow Grave now, but you'll want it later. There's no way to TP out. This one being dragged back in the Lina. Super with a double kill. The Aghanim Scepter fully done, and March. Well, the Invisor is the only thing that's saving him from this rampaging VG.
And it was looking good for a moment with that Radiance pickup. Now it's looking pretty grim again very quickly for MVP. VG, you know, it's also got to be really frustrating for QO. He's had a really hard game. He gets his Aghanim, he's like, yes, now I'm ready to fight. You get soloed by the enemy position 4. It's kind of a big momentum breaker here. VG Gaming or...
He could actually kill Hao right now and burn the Aegis the Immortal, but to do so, he'd lose his life. The blink in and Sonic Wave. March with a hook. Okay.
He's just showing off.
He takes the creep wave. he's just dodging the attacks of the tower by doing that. No damage has to be taken by Hao. And these Naga illusions. Actually, Shallow Grave one of them to get the Radiance burn time over on Hao with the rockets hitting hard. Down to 90 life.
That's a pretty nice play, actually. If they had another Riptide, I think they would have killed him there. And if nothing else, MVP by time. They did not lose their tower. There's enough gold on KP right now to buy an ultimate or a Yasha, and I think it is...
It's a Boots of Travel recipe
first. Okay. So he's going to disassemble. So maybe he's going to go straight Octarine Core before the Manta. I think that's a build we see quite often. The problem with this game is that he dies to Solo Storm. He doesn't have an Orchid counter, so he can very easily be abused here by Hao if he's looking for it.
I love the stat does flag the fact that FY was the man that bought the mech for VG Gaming.
Kind of have no other mech carrier.
No.
It's very, very good against the Radiant team. Of course, VG Gaming, they're already considering their win condition, right? They're going to want to push the base at some point. And for that to be as easy as swift as possible, I would say mech is absolutely required, and Pipe is very good when you're pushing against Naga, because the way she holds is that she will send out like one illusion at a time with a little bit of Radiance Burn and a Riptide, kill off one, the next one comes, and then maybe the wave doesn't even reach. But if you just pipe the wave, she simply cannot cut it. And you ensure you get into the base. One of the better items for high ground sieging. But no one is remotely close, so it makes me think that VG Gaming aren't planning for it.
I'm not so sure about Ice with his movement through the Radiant jungle. Like, keeping the Spiderlings out here is a problem for MVP, but Naga Siren has just sent a couple of illusions over and farmed them up quite nicely. So you're able to find some extra income coming in for the Naga. It's not the most fantastic income, but it's still something. The illusion spread, all you gotta do is just a little bit of work.
Ideally, when you're a Naga at this point in time, you want to be farming the enemy jungle while they want to farm it. But Vici are just giving them they don't really care so much about their own jungle right now. They're more about controlling the enemy jungle, going to the aggressive place. Here's the Orchid. Yep. How, by the way, this is when it gets really scary. The solo pickoff potential is so much higher. There's no hero on the Radiant he can't solo. He can actually literally just pick whatever hero he wants to kill and kill it if Dazzle isn't there. Or Naga with a song.
He might have some issues with the Quap though. Having both the Ogre Club and the full Aghanim Scepter.
I think he can still kill it. It might be close though, you're right.
It's a lot of life. Long jump, going after Nuts. Gonna drag him back. Well, you wanted a solo kill, you got one. Nuts will pop here to Hao. And that's gonna give him his 11th Bloodstone charge. The BT's got the Naga. Instant trying to force in the middle lane. The hook shot off target again from March. Ice was farming up the Radiant Ancients. And they saw it quite clearly. The Observer Ward was there, but the Ancient got in the way.
And Ice going for an interesting combat Brood build here. I feel like Sanjay Yasha Brood doesn't get played very often.
It's normally more of that more push kind of style.
Yeah,
or disable
or the Dagon.
Yep.
And this could have been I think this could have been a good game for the Dagon build, but they might just be considering once again win condition. How do we high ground? If you have more of a battle brood, it's easier to siege the tower for him.
Well, the panel was saying, like, the problem where you have, like, heroes like Earthshaker, Lina, and Rubik, they're not really that great at getting up on the high ground and taking out these tier 3 towers. Storm Spirit's in the same situation. So Ice has to be that tanky guy they just put in the front line that's able to beat down the towers. Or you win through split push only.
Or they get an Aegis and then Hal can do it. But he doesn't hit that hard. But then again, if it was the base break build they were going for, he could have considered a Deso, which we've seen a couple of times now. We'll see how this works out. It's a little unusual.
It's so funny, so much space for KP. Like, the Yasha is done. The Naga just keeps coming out and finding the Spirelings, attempting to block up camps. But he gets a couple of them and then farms up the side lane too. An MVP, that's like group the smoke, and in fact that's exactly what it is. An Invis rune triggered by the Naga Siren. They do have the Song of the Siren. But there's Sonic Wave of cooldown in 4 seconds time, but yeah, they go opposite directions. And VG Gaming are not near these smoke heroes. Unless MVP loop around, they're probably more on the hunt for the Broodmother. They've got Dust over on Febby, as well as Sentry Wards on both Febby as well as Nuts. So they need to find some opening. Here's that loop we were talking about. Fenrir hiding in the trees now. He's going to blow the smoke early, and they're going to ping out the fact he's there. And with the weave, they reveal it off. Where's that paralyzing cast bounce? Not going to come. Malediction also off target. So no joy here for the MVP movement out. But again, VG Gaming. It's this slow push to victory.
They keep gaming. They're gaining against the Naga. That's not what you want to see when you're an MVP team.
They have 21,000 experience advantage right now for VG Gaming, with 14k in the gold as well. It's just... It's a slow death. It's a slow death for MVP. Their only real hope is what happens when VG finally make the push into the tier 3 tower. Either it becomes a trade-off where QO is desperately trying to farm his BKB. They've all got to come back now because they're seeing VG coming. But you do have really great team fight abilities. If you can drop all the armor down of VG, that Death Ward can do more work. March has great initiation up. QO with that Sonic Wave. That's if he survives this. In comes your hookshot. Tries to buy the space. The paralyzing cast. Bouncing back and forth. The Echo Slam looking for more damage. QO will jump out. There's your Death Ward going to work. But you're in real trouble for March. The Sonic Wave. House still alive. The Queen of Pain down. And Fenrir in the corner. Beating into March. The heal bomb is there. And Fenrir is so low on life. They need more damage than they will actually get from the Malediction. They jump back. Attempt to denial. Not going to happen. It is 2 against 1. Bebby being orchided up. So he can't even shallow grave the poor Naga Siren, who never even ultied. There is a buyback for the Naga Siren, but Clockwork as well as Queen of Pain are down for now.
Ice wasn't even there. He's just chilling. Like, great work, everyone.
He's just soloing Roshan by himself. Naga Siren, there's the buyback. This might force VG Gaming back for now. And in fact, it will do so. They're TPing out. Ice, like, please, someone come and be my friend. Come to Roshan.
They got 3 kills. They force a Naga buyback. They get Roshan. 0 cost. They got a 2-2 tower. Bloodstone charges and Storm. Like, this is getting completely out of hand.
And Storm, is this going to be a Lincoln Sphere as well for Storm? Or what else do we look for him to get with a casual Perseverance?
Yeah, it's got it. I don't think there's a better choice for this. I was considering Lotus, but I don't really see it. Let's go for that Battle Fury.
Well, he bought the Lincoln Sphere recipe, so luckily we'll avoid that one.
It would probably set the Battle Fury win rate for Stone Spirit to like 100% if he wins the game with it.
The stats men can have so much fun.
Generally, you don't go for style points when you're playing for $1.2 million. That's a little more important than your style details.
Oh, there goes your Sonic Wave, also with the Death Ward super. Just too big, however, he'll still pop from the Malediction. So Witch Doctor will claim this. He will set this up. He's avoiding the damage, but it's not possible. There goes your Bloodstone charges. Just a couple of them, however. QO tried to come back in there to get the last hit before he could suicide. But you gotta lean it down for only a short period of time. There's still a fair amount of charges there, so the death timer isn't that long. KP, he's just taking up residence inside the Dire Jungle, leaves a couple of illusions behind, then BT back to base. Let his illusions farm up the lanes instead. FY actually managed to complete an entire Greaves on this Rubik.
Is there anything valuable he can purge off? I guess not.
Strike.
Yeah. Can't really purge anything. There's no Orchid on quad. He's going for BKB.
It's all about survivability and just, I say, living through the fights. How just jumped in so deep. He's got support the Song of the Siren. It gets off. Super Digger that Light Strike array out. And KP, they want to walk back. They don't have TPs available. Those BTs are still on cooldown.
That's just a flat-out misplay from Hal there. He Orchids the Naga, they kill her. And she fought back before that. This could have probably been the lane of Rax, as well Radiant will lose their courier.
Hook shot down, they find an opening. It's actually going to be FY jumping in with a scream. They say hook shot, it wasn't even the clockwork. Hal bowls over the Naga Siren, and he'll go in deeper. Orchids on Febby, the paralyzing cast. It's going to actually trigger the Lincolns. No way to bounce. And hook shot out. Now it's a real one, it's March, but FY, he's still got the Queen of Pain blink. March isolated outside the base. Laguna down, and Hal dragging Febby back. It's a double kill for Super, and this will be the opening they wanted to push up, take the tier 3 tower. And it's going to be a split push as well, as Broodmother. Ice want to prove he can be just as Naga-y as Naga, as he will pick up his own Radiance and just split push down tier 3, top and bottom.
You haven't seen him near a fight for the last 15 minutes.
Oh, they got QO.
He's just chilling.
Yep, doesn't care. Glimmer Cake won't protect QO. They drop the Sentry Ward inside the base, and QO's down for the count. This could be it right now. There's no way for Nuts to survive. They're losing too many players time and time again. No buybacks for anyone on MVP. There's just no money. There's no economy. MVP are trapped inside their well, and that's the only thing that protects them at the moment. The rest of this map is fair game for Hal.
Ice has a Radiance in base, another 2,600 gold.
He could just walk down and pick it up from the Radiant base if he wants to.
Just chilling.
That's all about. Give that man a beverage. Hal jumps in again. Orchid's over on March, going to drag him back. They can protect him with a shallow grave here from Febby, but they need more damage to kill off Hal, and even then, he's got the Aegis, the Immortal Naga up in the air. No Song of the Siren. Can they kill her off in time? KP, real trouble. Echo Sam, there it is. GG, well played. VG Gaming will advance, and MVP, the crowd favorite, will be eliminated heavily by VG. It was just a solid performance by VG Gaming throughout both the games of the series, and a real rough draft as well for MVP.
I think MVP had to play completely out of their minds to win the game. In my opinion, they got outdrafted very clearly in this game. The Brood pick caught them off guard. They didn't have any solution. Ice created all the space in the world for their cores to shine. The Storm and Lina both getting Bloodstones and just finding kills everywhere. And wow, that was very methodical from VG Gaming, very solid play. And they go top 6. But still, for MVP, they reached their goal, the top 8. I think they can be really, really proud of their performance here.
Agreed. VG Gaming, now they're the ones who have come back, but MVP, always the fun boys. They just were happy to get, weren't even expecting to get to this round, but MVP get the whole way. And then they get eliminated by VG Gaming. Still, a happy time, a huge amount of money, and a great thing for Korea. And VG Gaming, their fight will continue for China. For now, though, MVP, we bid you adieu, and we'll throw it back over to the analysts.
Okay, well, we've got another team through, and that team is VG Gaming. As they leave the arena, they will be back, though,